Okay, I just got the message that I am live, so this is going to have to be a quick live stream because I already supposed to be somewhere, right? So maybe 10 minutes. If someone calls my phone and tell me to come, then I have to cut it short. But I want to go live while I had these thoughts on my mind, right? So I'm studying astrology and biblical connections and scientific science and all of that. I mean sacred science connections with the Bible, right? And I knew that corona meant the outer layer of the sun, right? And I used to try to inform people to you know go out, get your vitamin D, right? Get your sunlight. That's a natural vitamin that you get from the sun. So you don't want to be a situation where you're inside all day, right? Because that can cause health issues. And so today I'm studying the moon, right? Studying the moon and actually Saturn, right? Uh, and its connection with the word or with the name Satan, right? So you have the planet Saturn with the outer ring, and I'm finding out some things about Saturn that I did not know, which the day of the week, Saturday, comes from, right? And this is just fresh off my mind. So I may be off on the numbers, right? But I think Saturn has about 62 moons within Saturn. And there's also known that the Saturn has a shape of a polygon, right? A polygon shape on it. So a lot of the like masonries and things like that will have that shape. So Saturn is a very interesting planet. Again, the only one with an outer ring. So I haven't really I haven't even cracked into Saturn yet. But I do know that's where the name Satan was derived from because of Chronos, right? Chronos, the study of Chronos um, in religion, right? And thus Saturn. People were Saturn worshippers, but I'm not going to get into that too detailed because I have a lot to still understand and study about that. But this is the point I want to make. So I'm also watching something about the moon, right? And some things I did not know about the moon. Interesting facts because the Bible is a book about astronomy um, and astrology and sacred science. And so I did not know, for example, that the moon only faces one way, right? Only faces one way as it rotates around the earth. And when a solar eclipse happens, is when the moon has exact orbit, right? A solar eclipse is when the moon has the exact orbit to cover up the sun, but you can see the outer ring of the sun, right? Um, Believe it or not, many scientists and those who study astrology think that the backside of the moon actually has artificial objects on it because you only see one side, so you can put whatever you want on the backside. And they think that this orbit is artificially done because this is like one out of a zillion chances that the moon can completely cover the sun in that manner that you can only see I have something gleaming back here, the outer shinings of the sun, which is the corona or the crown. And I hope that's not too deep for you all. But right, because it is a deep, deep rabbit hole when you really get into the Bible and Greek mythology and sacred science and astrology, right? But I came on live to say this real quick. I have 5 more minutes. The outer layer of the sun is seen during solar eclipse. That's when the moon is perfectly positioned between the sun and earth, right? And you can see the corona, the outer layer of the sun, is so bright and so strong that that's the only time that you can really see the corona. And I thought about this, right? That the sun also releases something called solar wind, right? Solar wind, within 4 days, solar wind from the sun is released. And I'm thinking about cryptocurrency, solar power, wind power, all of this, earth friendly that Elon Musk, everyone, that's pushing, um, friendly mining of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And I did not know that the sun also releases solar wind, right? Um, and that outer layer of corona, which is, the earth has been around for what, so many years. And um, some people still think that it's possible for new virus or species to appear after so many years of existence. But at any rate, right, the whole point of it is that the government speaks in code. They're trying to really, really inform you all that we're moving to a currency system by naming this corona, right? Black dollar says billions of years. Thank you so much for that, black dollars. And they're speaking in code, notifying people that because it's not healthy not to go outside. It's not healthy not to exercise. It's not healthy to not get sunlight. The sun is a natural health mechanism and healer, and it's also a high spiritual, like sun gazing, um, experience or mechanism as well, right? And everything that they inform you to do was totally opposite of God's system of health and healing, like cover your mouth, which God's system is to breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide, right? To stay inside, to quarantine. God's system of health and healing is to get vitamin D from the corona, the outer layer of the sun, the crown, right? When the Bible is metaphorically written, and it talks about the crown of the king. That's the crown, the outer layer, corona, and they've taken this and they're going to use this um, as a reason for the and that's why big push on energy is here, EV, electronic vehicles, shifting away from when J.P. Morgan and Henry Ford's all got rich through Thomas Edison, all through bought electricity, wired electricity. J.P. Morgan with the oil and banking and the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and et cetera, where oil and gas made trillions of dollars. Um, Wired electricity now is going to wireless, where they're going to um, do what the Nikola Tesla discovered from the ancient Egyptians. See, the pyramids was not built to house mummies and bodies of the kings and queens and rulers. They were used as a energy system, and they were perfectly aligned in alignment like the stars in the sky. So uh, ancient Egyptians knew astronomy and spirituality better than anyone. And so all of the people that came behind them only discovered their secrets because they had to seek and find their secrets, right? And that's what the pyramid system was for. That's what the pyramids were built for. Um, the pyramids even had tunnels within them that transported water for energy as well. So I'm saying this to say this. This is written in plain. This is hidden in plain sight. I just actually watched Hidden Figures. This is actually hidden in plain sight. Um, if you had to ask me, you know, which would I choose between gold, silver, and Bitcoin, I definitely would choose the first two, uh, gold and silver, because it's privacy. It's God's money. It's made from the earth. You can purchase it. No one will ever know. Bitcoin is on a public blockchain, and it will never. You can never destruct it, right? If you're buying real gold and silver, you can never, you know, it could never crash, or something could never happen, or a blackout can't wipe away your crypto. But I'm definitely telling you that we are in the worst inflation right now in 3 decades. And this is definitely going to be a currency system. And they are speaking in code. The government is letting you know it's hidden in plain sight. And for all of those that have ears, let them hear, and eyes, let them see. And I'm speaking of your spiritual eyes, because this could have been named anything else, but they named it, or they're calling it Corona, because of the solar power shift, shifting again to a new economy from oil and gas and wired um, energy to now wireless energy, energy from the earth, um, wind energy, which you get from Corona as well. And that solar eclipse represented when a dark image blocks out a lighter image. It's going to be a blackout. When a darker image like the moon blocks out the sun, but you can only see the outer layer of the crown. So I hope you all that have the spiritual eyes, because again, this is the worst inflation in 3 decades. And if you're not transitioning your cash into gold, silver, or cryptocurrency, um, the future may be very bleak for you, right? So I just wanted to make this quick live stream. I have some things to do, some things to go. But before all of this escaped my mind, I wanted to do it while it was on my mind. Thanks for the thumbs up on Facebook and also YouTube. Hit the thumbs up and share as well. You all have a happy Friday.